Hey guys, it's your girl, it's Queen Offset Haru, and welcome to today's edition of Ask an Aquarius. So, for today's edition, somebody asked me a very interesting question. Just the other day, I posted a meme, and it said that everyone will not evolve with you, and that's okay. Something to that extent. It was actually right after I posted a meme or a video clip by Oprah that said that if you want to go higher, you have to let go of those people and things and situations that hold you down. So after I posted this, everybody knows I'm a big Oprah fan. I used to watch her show back in the day when it first came on and beyond. I watched it until the very last episode. I read her magazine currently. I watch her own network. I love her show, Queen Sugar. Queen Sugar is got to be the best show I've seen in a long time. The cinematography, the acting, is just a great show. So everybody knows that I'm a really big Oprah fan, and that's because of the fact that it's not just her, it's a couple other people too, but that's because I'm fans of people who are winning. One of the things I learned in my life is that everybody has something to say. Everybody has an opinion, and I see this every day on Facebook. I see it on YouTube. Everybody has something to say. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody want to tell you how to live your life. But I don't listen to anybody who's not winning. You have to be winning at your life for me to listen to you. I don't care what you're doing. You can be a handmaiden. If you're the best handmaiden on the block, I'm going to listen to you when I need advice on cleaning or handmaiding or whatever it is that a handmaiden does. So Oprah has always been one of those people for me because she's successful and she talks her talk, she walks her walk, and she does her thing. So over the years, I've heard different people criticize her for what she didn't do or some other old crap, but I always just ignore it because I feel like Oprah is the epitome of success, the epitome of somebody who grabs something by the horns and is winning at it. Anybody who's winning at their own life, winning at their own craft, is somebody that I'm going to listen to. People that aren't winning, people that are downtrodden, people that are angry, people that are sad, I'm not listening to, straight up. So I recommend that you don't listen to it either. I recommend that you listen to people who are winning at what you want to accomplish. If you want to be the best janitor in the world, find the best janitor in the city. If you want to be the best journalist in the world, listen to the best journalists in the country. Find people who are already winning and listen to them. Too many times we listen to people who aren't winning and they give us advice, and I'm looking like, well, how are you listening to somebody who can't even make this advice work for themselves? So it doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, so I listen to her a lot. I really enjoy her. So my friend said to me, I saw your Oprah clip and I saw another meme that you put up. What exactly does that mean? What does it mean that people can't go or are not going to go where you're going? What does it mean, let go of people who hold you down? So I just wanted to explain it a little bit more, even though I thought it was kind of self-explanatory. But when she said that, I figured to myself, well, maybe it is worthy of further exploration. Okay. Everybody can't go where you're going. That particular statement is about, and both of these statements actually they go together. Everything in life is about vibration. Everything is vibrating. If you remember your science classes, some of us probably weren't paying attention, but if you remember science classes, everything is atoms and they're vibrating. And there's a long drawn out explanation to it, but for the basic part, that's the part I remember. Atoms vibrating. Okay. So everything from a rock to a tree to a human to everything is a vibration. So in one of the things we learn in metaphysics and quantum physics and a couple other different areas of study is that things that vibrate are drawn to each other. Things that are vibrating similar are drawn to each other. So if you are vibrating positively, you're going to draw to you other positive people. If you are vibrating negatively, you're going to draw negative people. You're also going to draw negative situations and things along those lines. So it's all about how you vibrate, what you draw to you. So one of the things that happens is that when we're growing up, when we're small, we don't really have that option. The people in our neighborhood, the people in our block, is really who we hang around, or we don't hang around anybody at all. Now, as we start to get older, kindergarten, then into middle school, high school, college, everybody is not going to continue to vibrate the way that you do. Some of them never really did in the first place. And you're going to find that you're going to become separated after a while. And what the meme was saying is that that's okay. It's okay that some people are not going to vibrate the way that you're vibrating. Some people are going to do things you don't want to do. You're going to do things that other people don't want to do. You're going to want to go in directions that are not right for other people. For example, we call it not being a vibrational match. Christians call it not being evenly yoked. It just means that these two things cannot hold the same space because these two things do not match. Okay? A famous comedian, I think it was Chris Rock, I don't remember, but I think it was Chris Rock, said that you can't have one person smoking crack and one person going to church. So if the husband is going to church and the wife is smoking crack, that's a doomed relationship. One of them is going to have to stop and go in the other direction, or the relationship is not going to work, or they're both going to stay together uncomfortably. When you're around somebody, or if you stay with somebody who's not a vibrational match, one or both of you is going to be constantly uncomfortable. So what ends up happening is that most of us start to feel the discomfort and we go off from that person. Either of us will go off from that person. Another example, I used to date someone who had a very negative vibration, very sinister, very negative, very sneaky energy, very manipulative, lied a lot, very treacherous energy. And at this point in my life, this was like about 13, 14 years ago. At this point in my life, at first I didn't recognize it. At first I was like kind of not sure. I guess I knew, but I didn't want to know kind of energy. So every time I was around this person, I felt nauseous. Every time. But I kept being around this person because I liked other things about being with this person. But I kept noticing that I was nauseous. So as our relationship progressed and they kept doing negative things and then started doing negative things to me and then we started doing negative things to each other, I noticed that the nausea was growing in intensity every time I was around this person or was talking to this person. So after I stopped dealing with this person and time passed, 6 months, a year, I would still see this person here and there every year, every other year, every 3 years. I would see this person. And I noticed every time I saw this person or was around this person, I felt exactly the same way. Eventually, I would feel nauseous. Not at first. At first, I would be okay, and then I would start to feel nauseous again. And I realized that this is this person's vibration. I'm feeling nauseous because I don't belong around this person. I have some type of addiction to this person's energy, which I thought was love, but I'm sure it wasn't. So I had some kind of addiction to this person's energy, and that is what was making me feel nauseous, that I kept coming around a person who was not a good person and was not a vibrational match. So after a while, after a long time actually, I just stay away from this person now. So and that's the reason why. So I realized that it's all about that vibrational energy. That my nausea was telling me that this person is not a vibrational match and I shouldn't be around this person. But I was so hard-headed and I was giving into my addiction for this person and I kept being around them. So that's what I'm talking about vibrational match. This person is not a match. I had to leave this person alone. It's happened in other situations too. When I first came back from Africa and I decided that I wanted to change my life, I lost a lot of people. I lost like 13, 14 people. And it wasn't because these people didn't want to be around me. It was because I didn't like what these people were doing. I didn't like the energy. I didn't like it before. And then when I came back, I was like, it was even worse. So here I am, trying to learn to study to be a priestess, trying to learn to use my singing bowl, trying to learn holistic methods, trying to learn how to be more at peace, trying to learn how to be a better person. And I'm hanging around these people who are not, people who are gossiping, Excuse me, my hand is going to sleep, so I gotta change hands. So people who are gossiping, people who are negative, people who are doing nasty things to each other, people who are talking like each other and me like dogs, people who were just not good people, not in a good space, and it's just not where I wanted to be. So one day I looked at myself and I said, is this what you want for your life? And I was already trying to grow, trying to change, reading books by Ayanna Van Zandt. As a matter of fact, her first book, or the first book I read by her, was called The Value in the Valley. Highly recommended. It's the book that changed my entire life. If it wasn't for The Value in the Valley, hopefully I would have found something else eventually, but I don't know. That was the book that made me say, you know what, I can do better, and I'm going to do better. So I recommend it to anybody. It's a book predominantly for women, but Van Zandt's books sometimes will say women or men, but I've read them all, the ones for women and men, and they've all been, I haven't read them all, but I've read a great deal of them, and I've read 2 that were for men, and they were all beneficial. So I recommend any of her books. Spirit of a Man was a great book, and it was geared towards men, but I got a lot out of it because we all have feminine and masculine sides. So I thought it was like, it was on point. So anyway, here I am reading these books, trying to change my life, and I'm hanging around people who are quite frankly bottom feeders. They're doing negative things. They're just being negative, and they're not interested in being positive, and they're downing me for even trying it, for even thinking about it. I'm like stuck up or something because I want to be a better person. So finally, I just decided that if I'm going to go, like Oprah said, I'm going to have to let go of what's holding me down. And these people were holding me down. So I had to let go of their energy. And I did. It was like 13 or 14 people in our entourage, because the Aquarius rolls in a big entourage when we're young. And some of us continue to. And I just dropped everybody. I stopped calling people back. I stopped showing up at events. I just dropped it. I kept like one person who was down for me, and everybody else I just left alone. And throughout the years, I've had that situation happen at different times. At one time, I had a best friend. I always had a best friend, actually. But my last best friend, I found out, was lying to me about stupid stuff. And I had already known that I couldn't trust this person. It become obvious over the years. And so finally, at the end of the friendship, I just walked off. And I realized that when I left the friendship, that I had so much more time to be productive. And it wasn't really even that person's fault that I wasn't being productive. I was allowing them to distract my time. And sometimes I was purposely distracting my own time because I didn't want to handle my own business. Because I would rather just chill, lay in the bed, talk to my best friend. So I noticed that after I stopped being friends with this person about 3 years ago, I got a lot more productive. I mean, a lot more productive. It's crazy how much time I was wasting. So I've come to find, like Oprah says, some people weigh you down. Some people weigh you down on purpose, and some people are just so needy that it weighs you down, and you're always trying to help them. They're always sad. They're always in a bad space. Nothing ever goes right for them. Their grandma's upset. It's like every time you see them, there's a problem. And you spend your time talking them through problems, helping them through problems, giving them money to get them out of problems, whatever it is that you're doing. And if it's a good friendship, you're probably doing it for each other. But at the same time, it's still a draining energy, because it's energy that you could be using for things you need to do for yourself. And if it's not a good friendship and you're the only one that's give, it's sucking the life out of you. And that's what Oprah was saying in her video, is how people will suck the energy out of you, and then you don't have the energy to do the things for yourself that you need to do. So some people are going to fall off. Some people you're not going to want to be around anymore. Some people are not going to want to be around you. Some people are going to be uncomfortable to be around. Some people you're going to have a headache, a stomach ache, or something every time they come around. Some people are going to affect you in just different ways. But when you see these signs, these are signs this person is not a vibrational match for you. And some of these people, it'll be more obvious than others. So when this happens, let them go. It's okay. Let them go. You don't have to hold on to people forever. Just because you were friends with somebody in third grade doesn't mean you have to be friends with them for the rest of your life if they aren't a vibrational match. I held on to a lot of people out of guilt. One person that I let go recently, I didn't like her when I first met her. Like, I didn't like her from the gate. Then I came across her again, and we ended up in a situation where we were friendly with each other, more out of obligation than anything else. And I tried to maintain the friendship well beyond where I needed to. I knew in the first couple of months of the friendship that this is the friendship I didn't need to maintain. But out of guilt, because this person helped me. This person helped me when I needed this person. So out of guilt, I held on to the friendship for years. A friendship that I didn't want, didn't really like. I really had issues with, because I didn't feel like this person really was down for me, as far as I didn't feel like they understood me. When things would happen and I would come to this person, they would try to belittle what I was telling them was going on. But because they had helped me once upon a time when I really needed help, I felt obligated to hold on to the friendship. The vibrational match was never there, and I knew it was never there. And as time progressed, it became more and more uncomfortable for me. Towards the end of the friendship, I was so angry and frustrated with this person, and this person was really kind of confused, like what is the problem? Well, the problem is that you've been doing crap to me for the past 3 years that I've been dealing with, knowing that we're not a vibrational match, and I've been dealing with it. I've been holding on to this friendship out of guilt, out of obligation. You did something for me, and I feel like I need to hang on to it, and you can't do that. When somebody's not a vibrational match anymore, you really have to let them go, or else it ends up being a really bad situation. So that's what I was talking about everybody can't go where you're evolving to. Everybody is not going to be able to go with you. You're going to have to let some people go. If you're trying to elevate yourself, you are going to have to let some people go. And you're going to see this. Like, I don't even have to tell you this. You're going to see it. Certain people are going to irk you. Certain people are going to make you feel some type of way. Certain people are going to be like, I don't know, she's different, she's changed. Yeah, you have changed. You're better. You're evolving. You're becoming a better person. And that's okay, because that's what you're supposed to do. Human beings are supposed to evolve until the day that we die. So if there are people around you that just don't match your vibration and they fall off, even if they're family members or people that you love, it's okay, because both of you have a journey that doesn't include the other one, and that's all right. That's fine. They might evolve one day and find you again. They may never, and that's okay, because if they're not a vibrational match for you and they're weighing you down, it's in your best interest to let them go. So that is what I meant by that, to the friend that was asking about it, and to anybody who's wondering, what does that mean? What does it mean that the people can't go where you're going? It's not that they can't go, it's that they really don't want to go. I think that that's more of an accurate statement, is that everybody is not going to go where you're going. People can go wherever they want if they want to put their effort into it, but everybody is not going to. And it's okay. Let them go about their path. If they're not a match for you, let them go on their path. It's all right. Let them find their path, you find yours. Everything is going to be okay. It is not the end of the world. Okay? I have walked away from a number of people because they weren't a vibrational match, and no hard feelings. This wasn't a match, and kept it moving. They're doing them, I'm doing me. And some of the times that's the way it is. And one of the things about loving yourself is that you have to put yourself first in that way. You have to. You gotta put yourself first. You gotta love yourself. I always say, Goddess, myself, my children. That's the way that it goes. I'm number 1, love Goddess. Number 2, love myself. Number 3, my daughter. So I always put myself right after God, because I can't help anybody, including my daughter. And if I'm not right, if I'm not okay in me, if I'm not vibrationally right, if I'm not on my mission, I can't help anybody else. So you have to put yourself first. You have to put your mission first. You have to put your duties first. And if people don't match with that, if they're family, if they're friends, you have to have the courage to let them go. and to be okay with that, because God, Goddess, whoever Buddha, whoever your most high is going to be there for you. You'll find new friends. You'll find new friends that actually match your vibration. They'll come from everywhere. As my vibration started to change, new people came into my life. Good people came into my life. Better people came into my life. Some of the people that were in my life got better. Some of them chose to be better, to stay in my life, or I guess it was to stay in my life, but also to make their own lives better. So some of them, that was wonderful. We evolved together. So you have to look at that energy and remember that you are important. Okay? So that ends today's segment of Ask an Aquarius. Please feel free to send me your questions and your comments in my inbox and in my messages. And if you have a question for the Aquarius, please let me know. And remember, the ones that entertain me, the ones that make me giggle, are the ones that I answer first. Okay? Deuces.